All right, what's up, everybody? Tim Sharon here, and I am a musician, singer, songwriter, guitar player, and actor. And I also own a booking agency. And I'm on a last-minute trek to go perform. Ooh, there's the water. To go perform on another run of cruises for Royal Caribbean, and I did my first run just a few weeks ago on Wonder of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, and it was fronting a country band, singing and playing guitar for a country band at the Mason Jar on Wonder of the Seas. And I had ideas in my head of what to expect, and happy to report that it was way better than I thought it was going to be. It was really, once I ironed out some technical issues at the beginning, I had a great time. I had a blast. The cruise was amazing. Everybody involved was great. Everybody that I worked with and for at Royal Caribbean was great, and so I'm excited so I just got this offer I think last Friday. Today is Monday. So this is a very last minute offer. I'm going to do I think 4 or 5 cruises in a row, and I'm on the train right now, the Brightline train from Boca Raton, Florida to Orlando, Florida. They just sent me the hotel information, so I'm staying in a hotel tonight in Orlando, and then I'm going to Uber to Port Canaveral tomorrow, and that's where I catch up with Harmony of the Seas. And we're going to be going to Nassau in the Bahamas, also Coco Cay, the Royal Caribbean's private island, that was the itinerary on the last cruises. And also on these, I'll also be going to St. Thomas and Cozumel, Mexico. I'm so excited because I've never even been to Mexico except for when I was like 19. I went to Tijuana when I was visiting San Diego, so it doesn't really count. So I'm very excited to go to Cozumel in Mexico. But yeah, it's been crazy. So let me know if, number one, make sure that you subscribe and like and comment, because it helps the algorithm. So if you want to know more about working on cruise ships, or you want to know how to get gigs on cruise ships as a musician, or just get a job on a cruise ship, I'd love to help as much as I possibly can, and I'm going to be doing more and more videos about that. Oh, there's the water again. And the Brightline is the train that runs from Miami, I think from Miami to now Orlando. And this is my first time taking it by myself, and my first time taking it to Orlando to do something like this. And it's been very cool, very, very smooth, very easy to do. So I highly recommend the Brightline. So anyway, what I was saying is I'm going to be doing more and more videos on my adventures on these cruise ships. And if you have any questions, then just drop them in the comments. The more questions that you drop, the more videos I can do, because then I'll have topics to do. So let me know your exact questions. Like I said, whether it's how to get a gig on a cruise ship, whether it's doing other jobs, or musicians, or dancers, all that fun stuff. And so I'll tell you, I was telling the Uber driver the challenging things with these, the quote unquote, this job is not hard at all. You play music for a few hours a day, and then the rest of the time at least in my case, I'm a normal paying passenger on the cruise. That's how I'm treated. I get a great room. Cruises, from what I've come to understand, they really prioritize musicians, especially solo musicians like piano players, singers, guitar players, singers, and I think singers in general, because when you're doing these, I'm doing this for 3 weeks coming up. I just did 2 weeks. especially if you're doing a long-term contract, it's hard to sing for 3 or 4 hours a day, or an hour a day. I mean, you have to. But anyway, so they really treat their singers really well. They treat their musicians really well. They treat all of their entertainers very well. So very, very fortunate and blessed that I get like my own private room, which is a huge thing if you're working on a cruise ship. Last time I got a passenger stateroom with a porthole and view and everything, which was amazing. I think that I get like the solo musician official room on this cruise coming up, but I'll show you guys all of that in upcoming videos. I'm just going to kind of report on everything that I'm doing. I'm going to report from the beaches, I'm going to report from the islands, just let you guys know how it's going and what to expect if you're doing this. But what I was going to say is the hard part is the travel, the logistics, and the packing, because you're packing. I'm packing for 3 weeks. And here's a tip: if you're on a cruise, not as a crew member but as a passenger, like I'm considered a guest, a passenger. Guest and passenger are the same thing on a cruise. Laundry is extremely expensive, and internet is unbelievably expensive. It's your biggest expense is internet, but laundry is very expensive. I found out on the last cruise. I was fortunate enough that my band members were considered crew, and they actually did my laundry for me. It was the sweetest thing ever. But having said that, last time I didn't know what to expect or what to bring for clothes. So it's challenging, especially if you've never done this before. So I learned that for me to pack up way more shirts. If I'm going to be on the cruise for almost 3 weeks, I'm going to be performing almost every single night, and so I need a bunch of t-shirts so that I'll probably have to figure out how to do laundry somehow. And I hear that sometimes as guests they run like specials for laundry, but this time I brought way, way, way more shirts and clothes. So that's really important. Also, I bought on Amazon magnetic hooks, because the most of the walls on cruises are metal, and you never have enough places to hang hats, hang bathing suits, towels, all that stuff. So I brought magnetic hooks that you can put all over the room. You can hang everything. It's a great tip. I got this from watching other cruise videos too. Also, I discovered, you get free food and everything on the ship, and I always want coffee in the morning or throughout the day. And so I discovered on the last leg that I did cruising that if you bring, so what I brought was a plastic travel coffee cup, and it's going to be invaluable because I don't want to go to Starbucks every day, because I'm trying to make money and save money here and there, because like I said, internet is unbelievably expensive. You're trying to maximize your profit on these gigs, right? So I just want to go to the buffet or wherever and get free coffee, but I want it with me or I want it in my room. So I used to ask them for a paper cup, but it's a pain in the butt because a lot of times the people are too busy to even get you to-go cup of coffee. So I just found one of these plastic to-go cup coffee holder, and now I can just go fill it up when I go have breakfast and bring it back to my room and leave it in my room. All the rooms have little mini refrigerators, so you can just leave it in there. Then you have a little iced coffee for the morning or later on if you need a little pick-me-up. But it's great little tip for you that I had to learn the hard way. And waking up without coffee, then you have to go get ready and go all the way up to the 15th floor or whatever, and get your coffee in the morning. And by that time I'm just jonesing and trying really hard to wake up. So anyway, I guess that's it. But yeah, on the Brightline, the train, almost to Orlando. They just sent me the hotel information. I'm gonna Uber over to the hotel. I'm gonna stay the night, probably get a workout at the hotel. I'm gonna stay the night and then figure out what time I need to be to the ship tomorrow. I'm gonna try to do everything super early. I'm gonna try to wake up really early tomorrow, get to the ship really early, and just start that whole process. I don't even know if I'm performing tomorrow. On the when we're gonna leave on the ship, and then I'm just gonna assume that I have a gig tomorrow night. So I'm gonna have to wake up early, take the Uber to Port Canaveral, and board the ship, which is a huge process, of course. Get into my room, get it all set up, eat all that fun stuff. Hopefully take a little nappy poo, and then either get ready for my first gig or go do sound check and have all that stuff ready. So yeah, it's pretty fun. This one was very, very last minute. Literally, like, they didn't tell me. They told me I was probably going to be going. They didn't send the contract and the official confirmation until like 10:30 a.m. today, and I left at like noon. I had everything pretty much packed, and I just hustled and got everything together and went to the train station, jumped on, and here I am. But it's pretty fun. It's pretty exciting, and I love traveling, and just grateful for the opportunity to be doing this, because it's coming at a perfect time in my life. I'm just, newly single, so I don't have kids. I don't have anything kind of holding me back and tying me down, and I needed a lot of fun and a lot of fun playing music, and this has been perfect for just those things. So all right, I'm gonna scoot, and I'm gonna keep reporting in and letting you guys know what's going on and how things are going. So definitely, any questions, the more questions, the better. Yeah, and if you've been on cruises or worked on cruises, and you have anything to add, if you have any cruising tips, if you have any tips on crew life, cruising life, what it's like doing long-term contracts, because I'm considering doing a long-term contract playing music. So give me your advice if you have some, or any tips. Like, I love the little tips about like bringing the travel coffee mug, the plastic ones, or the metal hooks, the magnetic hooks, and even just what to pack and what not to pack. So any of that, drop comments, give us all your advice, and ask questions, and then I'll be able to answer as I go on this 3-week adventure. So, all right, thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.